So what do you guys think about Coinbase listing XRP futures at the end of this month? I think on the 21st is the time that, or the date that it's being listed. I'm kind of two minds about it because, for one, obviously it's going to bring in quite a fair bit of liquidity into the ecosystem, for you to buy, especially for call futures, right? It means that you believe that the price is going to go up significantly, and that's the only reason why anybody will invest in that. But to be honest with you, it also gives the ability, opens the way for exchanges especially to manipulate quite badly. They can get a whole bunch of people to lock in a particular price for a specific time in the future, and then they can manipulate the price of that particular date in the future such that the people make a massive loss, which will trigger fraud, and then which will trigger liquidations, because most futures are also leverage traded. Most people who are going to be trading these futures are going to be doing 10x, 15x, 20x, depending on what Coinbase makes available. I haven't looked at what the leverage positions they're going to be making available, but trust that they will be making leverage trading available. And it opens the door for heavy manipulation. There's a reason why the SEC always approves futures ETFs, right? Without much bother. But spot ETFs have always been a problem for them. Like futures Bitcoin ETFs had been approved, no problem, years before the spot ETFs were approved. And that's because it opens the door for massive manipulation. It's a very big way the exchanges and banks make a lot of money, right, out of people who don't know what they're doing and who aren't in on manipulation. Whereas spot, on the other hand, once you hold it, you hold it. There's nothing you can do. I mean, if you can ride out the FUD, ride out the low prices, there's nothing that they can do about it. I mean, they can, but they can't shake it off your hands in the same way they can if you're leveraged, and definitely if you're futures leveraged. So I'm of two minds. While it's going to bring in a lot of attention, the derivatives markets are massive. There's a lot of money in derivatives markets, and it's going to bring in a lot of traditional money, but it's going to open the door for traditional manipulation. Obviously, you can already trade leverage XRP on platforms like Mexi and stuff, but there's just something about people being locked in to execute an order on a particular date, and whales and exchanging having knowledge of that and being able to do something about it. So, they can be like, hey, look at this order book, man. We have all these futures due on this certain date. Let's move the market this direction. Also, if the market moves in a certain direction, if you're leveraged, you can get liquidated anyway in the process. So, I don't know. Day by day, dollar cost average and hodl. Not financial advice, your own research. I'll see you in the next one.